basically what I figured out is there's actually nothing very special about the way you need to take care of fish. You need to give them good water, some air, and some plants. So my initial thing is this. It's a little tub. There's a bubbler. There's a bunch of plants. There's some fish. It's literally in a Rubbermaid tub. I mean, there's nothing at all about what I do that has anything to do with a bunch of money or anything. If you want to do it, you can do it. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, they're little tiny tubs, so it's hard to see the fish. But I was able to win Breeder of the Year off of doing that in tubs. So what I'm going to do is just actually show you kind of the process. But in a nutshell, it's just tub, a lot of water changes, good food, a lot of water changes, good food, tub. Can't get any simpler than that. So I'm going to go take this out so you can actually see it in the other room. Here we go. Here's my basic tub. It's just a couple gallon, 2.5 gallons worth of water. Nothing crazy at all. I put a bunch of plants in here. In this case, this is what's called naja grass. It's guppy grass. Works great. Does a great job of just pulling a bunch of the fish poo out of the water. And then I have a little sponge filter. Nothing crazy at all. I actually just put the tube down the center here. Just bubbles out. I'll show you later. It doesn't even bubble that much. I'm just going to squeeze this out, but I'm going to stick it over here. So what I'm going to do here, just to kind of give an idea of what actually is in this tub, because I'm not even sure, because the thing about the tubs is you really can't see into them much. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to kind of pull the plants up, but what I'm also doing while doing this, besides making a giant mess, is I'm kind of also re-soaking the plants a little bit. Because I'm not sure if there's shrimp in here. Shrimp seem to show up in most of my tubs, even if I don't put them in. Or babies. And so, if you just kind of do that a little bit, you make a giant mess. I mean, you can't even see. You know, I see a bunch of fish at the top. But I just want to make sure I'm not accidentally killing some little guy by accident. Like I said, but so I got a giant mess here right now. And this is the way it works, and this is what actually happened when I mean, this is exactly what I did when I got Breeder of the Year, was just this. This is what I would consider one of those really big cleans on a tub, and so what I'm actually going to do is let this sit for a second or two, because as you can tell, it's really, really just full of crap. So I'm going to give it a second or two, actually a couple minutes. And what we'll do is then come back and check out exactly what's in here. Because then what we'll do is just scoop them up and then we'll throw them in this 2.5 I set up a couple minutes ago. And, so tub, little tub, nothing big, some plants. Plants are really important in that whole thing. This little thing, just a bubble coming out. It wasn't even much. Doesn't have to be anything amazing. We'll come back in a couple minutes, we'll pull these guys out, and we'll see what's in there. So the majority of the fish have gone into here. I did a couple scoops through. There's a bunch of babies still in there. So what I normally do, even if I'm keeping everybody in there, is I siphon with a sponge on there. So basically I have a sponge, I stick it down into the water, I start a siphon, and I'll move it around to try to get a bunch of that crap off the bottom. It's all detritus, it's just, fish poo and everything else. But no baby is ever getting sucked up when I do this. So it works great, I can get a bunch out. The problem will be eventually is that there's still going to be a bunch of detritus on the bottom. You want to keep a certain amount in there just because it's great for babies and everything else, but you do want to, try to clean up the water, because you're only dealing with a couple gallons of water. So what we do is we're doing this. I siphoned the water out with the sponge. Now what I'm going to do is go like this. I'm going to take a turkey baster. I'm just running along the bottom because the problem is there might be babies in here. I still want to get a bunch of the detritus out of the bottom, but for whatever reason, I never want to lose a baby. So here you go. You know, I'm just literally running along the bottom. The problem is that guppies, they see anything, they instantly go towards it. They will go towards everything. So I get a big, giant, gross thing of water. I set it down for a couple minutes. And then I wait, because once it settles, you can see the babies in there and you can scoop them up. I know it's funny, but I'll save every baby. So we moved all the adults and everybody we could find into here. We're going to move them back into there, and one of the reasons we're going to move them actually back into a tub compared to a 2.5, there's a bunch of babies still in there. That's kind of fun. I'm sure you'll see them. But anyways, the reason we're moving these guys back into there is because the surface area on that tub is much greater. The more surface area you have, the greater the oxygen level in the tank. So I would rather have 3 or 4 inches of water with a big surface area than 3 feet straight up. It just doesn't work. Surface area equals everything with water changes. These guys all have good water. Even though that tub looks crappy yet right now, it will be amazing once we put these guys back in. The reason is because this is full of microorganisms. Microorganisms are going to take care of everything. This water will be great. Put these guys back in, we'll put them back in the closet, put the bubbler back on, and life will be great. Here we go, they go back into the tub. I'm just grabbing the tank. Dumping everybody back in. Making sure we got them all. Oh yeah, there's a guy still in there. Oh, there he goes. Grabbing the plants, throwing them back in. And I grab the sponge filter. It looks nasty now. It'll be great later. It's like a little souffle or something. We're just gonna put them back in the closet. Here we go. Skiffia multi-punctata and black Moscows are back in the little spot right now. This is all going to get changed. It'll be better. But here they are now. Classic tub setup. Bubbler. Some plants. They'll do great. I've baptized many a fish this way. Change the water. Keep the plants good. You'll do fine. Subscribe to my channel.